Here we have a 2010 on a 60 registration, Mercedes Benz OC500, Caetano CT650 winner, 63 seat, PSVR compliant coach. So see, sometimes all is not what it seems. And oh, health and safety, what? Oh, do you hear that? Just to let you know, that sounds like gunshots. And that's because it is gunshots. Okay, now we're not in a war zone, we're not on the Gaza Strip, we're not in Kabul, we're in Hereford. Okay, at Buchanan's Coaches, which just happens to be next door to Sterling Lines, the SAS training camp. So, oh, there we go again. There'll be a Chinook comes flying in a minute, get ready. Listen, this is the dangerous positions I put myself in. Anyway, we're at Buchanan's Coaches and we're looking at what is essentially a Mercedes-Benz two-row with a Caetano Levante body on. However, the correct chassis designation is OC500, and when they're not National Express spec, they're not Levantes, they're winners. So that's what we've got in front of us. Alloy wheels are fitted. To be honest, for her age, now we've washed her, she's quite clean and tidy. Obviously a few differences to this than a standard Levante. For a start, power operated centre continental door. See, they don't sound like they do on the telly, do they? Bodywork's good, to be fair. Gotta be honest. Under the bonnet, Euro 5, sorry, 2010, Euro 5 Mercedes engine. That's driven through a ZF AS-tronic automated gearbox. Back down the near side again, she's good. The winner with this is, she's 2 and 2. So she's probably got the maximum amount of seats you can get in one of these without going 3 and 2. But being 2 and 2, she's not a one-trick pony, is she? She's still high capacity, but she's not restricted to schools. She can still do private hires, rail replacement, everything else. Power-operated lockers with loads of luggage space. Think of your school residentials. 63 passengers and teachers, luggage, and no weight issues because she's a tri. Hanover LED destination displays to front, side and rear. We've got a wheelchair lift in the front step, and then as we jump on board, 63 Vogel reclining seats. So again, they're kind of built to look a bit more coachy than a Levante, if you like. I mean, listen, these seats are now coming up to 15 years old and they're original. So there's still life left in them. They're not tatty by any means, but you can see, you know, some people might think it looks a bit drab, I might retrim it. It doesn't need it. 3-point seat belts are fitted. It's half leather trim. As I said, they're just built to be a bit more coachy than expressy. Trace to the seat backs. We're wired for DVD. We have got 3 monitors, 2 power drop down units in the aisle and a fixed unit at the front. We're also wired for CCTV. We're fully air conditioned. And the other good thing about these, and there was a handful of these Mercedes chassis Caetanos built, is that they weren't built for express, so you always find they're not that high on miles either. You know, as soon as you see one of these, you think, $1.5 million, nowhere near that. Are you amazed at how I'm just, you know, ignoring those gunshots like it's just something you hear every day? There's your wheelchair space. You'll use 2 doubles, so 59 plus a wheelchair. bit easier to deal with than the old magic seat. But I've got to be honest, I mean, I've not seen this vehicle for a few years, but, you know, it has been for sale for a while. Just, I don't know, for some reason, and I don't know why, it's just not attracting much interest. It's just you get something like that. And I really, really don't know why, because for me, this ticks more boxes than a Levante, if that makes sense. Dash, the middle binnacle it just screams Mercedes Toro, coupled with the standard Levante stuff as well. Mileage, if you can see down there, she's not done 700,000 kilometres from new, so she's not high mileage at all. To be honest, I think if you're looking for high capacity, you're not too worried about being a long vehicle, and you want something that can pretty much lend itself to anything, but you don't want to spend a fortune. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this, honestly. But as I said, she doesn't get used that much these days, but we've given her a wash this morning and she looks $1 million. And I always find on a Levante, and I'm using Levante because that's what we know this model has really, don't we? Put a bit of colour on it, like round the headlights and the bottom bumper and the mirrors. I hope they're good aimers, these boys, because if not, I'm putting myself in a very dangerous position. With a bit of colour on, they just look a different vehicle altogether. I don't know what it is. Anyway, to recap, before I get shot, it's a 2010 on a 60 registration, Mercedes-Benz OC500, Caetano CT650 winner, 63 seat, PSVR compliant coach.